How's the how do you like the pro circuit turnout for Indy?
Awesome, it's great. Yeah, we've got a really good turnout. We had 278 in the main tournament for the pro circuit today.
Awesome. Have you had a chance to see any of the decks around here? Or?
I haven't. I've been grinding away in the organized play factory, buying stage, making sure the round's starting quickly. But from what I hear from the kids, people are happy with the diversity.
Do you have any word on future pro circuits or something that can happen to something that you can tell players about that?
Keep checking versussystem.com for updates on the next tournaments. That's where the announcements will go up. Haven't finalized the next schedule.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers.
So we're backstage at the pro circuit, and round 6 is just finished?
7.
7?
Yes.
So what do you think about the metagame breakdown?
The metagame's pretty awesome. There's a definite push towards Kree. I mean, Kree is about 20% of the field, but it's by no means dominating. Actually, the one of the 7-0 decks is an Outsiders Kree deck, which is pretty cool. The two big decks, I guess, are Darkside substitute decks and Kree, the press decks.
Given that you were responsible for the DC ones, how are you? What are your feelings on Darkside being such a presence here?
Look, Darkside's I think one of my favorite teams that I've designed personally. So I'm pretty much excited about that. It was always got to be, I think, like when we were talking about it in the office about which decks would do well, Darkside was pretty high on our list. Not exactly the Darkside decks we're talking about, because the ones that traditionally have gone well are the Darkside resource control decks. Those haven't gone so well this time. Most of these decks are like mockery substitute decks, so they're pretty aggro to deal with. The Kree, all the Kree decks.
So you're working on DC Legends now?
Yep.
You saw Marvel Legends and the reaction of the folks yesterday. What do you think most popular opinion was?
Look, it seemed like everyone was having a great time. I was having a look at the sneak preview that we had yesterday with everyone playing Draft, and everyone seemed to love it. Everyone seemed to like the Marvel Origins feel. If you like some of the Marvel Legends, you got to prepare for like the DC Legends. I mean, the JLA are like the big legends in that set. So if you have a fan favorite legend, it's a good chance that you will actually be pretty lucky to get it in DC Legends. So there's a couple little extra bits in DC Legends that you might not expect. So
if you're a fan of the Trinity and some of the other guys in there,
not just the Trinity, how's that? It's like look, the Magnificent Seven, all of them are legends in the set. That's
awesome.
A little tidbit for you guys.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay.
Again, we are right around round 7 of the pro circuit. I got a little bit of time with Andrew. So tell us what you do at Upper Deck.
Okay, well, I started at Upper Deck basically in R&D, doing design development. I've since moved on to also do brand. I'm the associate brand manager for Versus, as well as one of the lead designers. I led design Marvel Team Up, Heralds of Galactus, and Marvel Legends.
Okay, so you primarily do that. You also wear both hats of designer and overall brand. That's correct. Brand guy. Okay, so yesterday we had a couple of drafts for Marvel Legends. Okay. How did you did you see some of the decks that came out of there, and what the reaction was?
I actually got in late, but I saw some of the players reacting, and it seemed to be overall pretty positive.
What are some of the cards that folks were,
a lot of people were remembering, or reminiscing, I guess is the right word, about some of the cards that are reprinted. I don't think a lot of the players expected us to reprint a lot of the cards that we did.
Okay.
So a lot of the old cards like Savage Beatdown and some more recent cards like Mobilize were getting a lot of attention.
The decision to do Mobilize with alternate art, was that a hard one, or?
Not really, because Marvel Legends was supposed to sort of set a new standard for, or be a reboot for the game. We figured Mobilize fit in very well in terms of promoting mono-team archetypes, which is sort of how the game began in the first set.
Okay, and you guys did a lot of functional reprints that weren't true reprints. I mean, how did those go over? What was the thinking behind those?
What do you mean by functional reprints?
Things like the 5-drop Cyclops, which was very similar, has the same ability as the old 5-drop Cyclops, except he has loyalty, but he's a 10-9 now.
Right.
So they were also the team-ups that the old Common Enemy has a functional reprint.
Right.
Those sorts of things.
There's actually a number of different reasons for each of the cards you described. For Cyclops, we just felt, for one, there's a cycle of 5 drops with loyalty, and so for X-Men, I needed to pick an X-Men character to slot one in. And the previous Cyclops, a lot of people had fond memories of, but he was sort of underpowered in today's age. So to kind of show the difference between our old 5 drops and our new 5 drops, we used sort of like a functional reprint, as you say, for Cyclops. For the old team-ups that we reprinted, basically the decision came down to, since they were going to use the new crossover wording and they were going to have the version team-up, do we want to errata all previous team-ups to have the version team-up and the ongoing crossover, or do we just want to make new versions? And the conclusion we came to basically is that it's easiest for players to recognize what's a team-up and what's not just by if it's on the card or if it's not. So since we did want to put team-up on those cards, that's why they ended up getting new names as well.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time.
No problem.